I'm going to explain how to get things to show up in the background and whatnot. Well, I'm going to explain how to get things to show up in the order that you want them. And then you can figure out how to make it in the background yourself, because it should be, you should understand after this. So I'm going to create put an object in the world here. So now this is just a sphere. And if I move it in the camera here with the girl, you can see um, that it's moving around. And if I move the camera, this is the default camera they give us. You can see the sphere. If I go back and close, the sphere moves in there. And then what you can also do is if I take the sphere and I put it in the camera and I move the sphere, same thing, right? But now if I move the camera, the sphere moves with it because it's a child, and you can see that there's nothing. I can do whatever I want, doesn't matter. So for the face stuff we do, it really doesn't matter if it's under the camera or not, but for this, I'm going to keep it outside the camera to kind of help make some things make sense. So now what I'm going to do here is, let's see, I want to, let's add a second camera first. So I'm just going to duplicate this camera. So we're going to have, let's call this my first camera and call this my shiny new camera. And it looks like nothing happened, right? Everything looks the same. But if I move the second camera over here a little bit, you can see there's now two spheres. Why is that? Well, it's because there's both cameras are pointing at that sphere. And if I move the position of one of them, it will change sort of where, right? If I rotate it, it should change too, right? So they're like literal cameras, right? So now let's keep that in one spot. So now what I'm going to do now is it's going to disable that camera real fast, so you understand that. I'm just going to add a second sphere. So now I got two spheres, and let's move this up, down a little bit. And this one, I'm going to call this it's not a sphere, it's my gold ball. And I'm going to add a material here, just so we can keep track of things easier. I got my gold ball and my sphere. So now if I re-enable, oh yeah, real quick. So now you can see it's just the one camera and both these balls. And now you can kind of see they're like, if I move this one in front of it, this is in front of it. Now if I move this one in front of it, right, this is going to be in front of it. This one in front of it. Right? So they're like, it's displayed physically, right? Or the order in which they're rendering is based on like their physical location in this space, which is what we want sometimes, right? If you've got two things that are supposed to be, in the same world, like the tree against the tree, you want that to be like reality. But if there's like maybe the head has the ears or something, and you want that's the gold. This is the gold thing, and then this sphere behind it's the trees. If the tree goes in front of it, you don't want that to cover. You want the face to always be on top, right? So how do you do that? Let's see. You're going to need the second camera, and I'll explain. So hopefully at this point this all makes sense. And now what we're going to do is turn the second camera back on. And one way you can do it is to go, it's like, all right, so if I move this camera around, right? So now both cameras are showing both ball spheres. So now we've got two things. So what I can do actually is I can bring this camera way over here and then take this guy and move it way over here. But I think we're still going to have that problem. Oh no, okay, cool. So, and then what's happening, right? So now this sphere is always on top, right? So that's pretty cool. So this is, I didn't realize this was going to work. So this actually can get you what you want right off the bat. You just move that. So you need to add a camera and move it over here. And then let's say that this is not how you want it, that you want this ball on top of here, right? So one thing you can do is, I want the silver ball to go first, so I can bring this over here, and then bring this over here, and now the silver ball's on top, right? But that's, yeah, you don't want to, you're not dealing with two important concepts here. So what you would do is, or what you in this arrangement, you look at the cameras, and there's a render order. So we got the first camera and the shiny camera, and you can. It's because this one was created first; it was there first. But you can actually change the order in which they render, and now the shiny camera loads first, and then this first camera loads. So then this content will be on top of that, which is that's how you control the order. But you might not want to have all this. I mean, if you do this again, what am I gonna have another camera over here, and then do this, and then another camera over here, and then it's like, oh damn, well now this guy, so I got this guy over here to get him out of the way. Then you need another camera. It's over here, and then it's like, oh no, he's still in the way, and you got this guy over here. So you don't really want to do it that way, because it. I mean, you could probably get away with that, but a much better way to do it is. So let's bring this camera back over here. So now we've kind of got this problem hopefully makes sense. You've got the two cameras, and they're both pointed at both balls. With these cameras are a little off position, so you see the different balls, right? And so now, what can we do? So, oh shoot, I didn't actually delete all of my duplications. So what we do here is add layers. So with one camera, you probably only need one layer, but we can add multiple layers. So let's take the gold ball and add it to the golden layer. And what's going to happen is that gold ball is going to disappear. And why did that happen? Does everything on the golden layer disappear? Right now, yes, because the cameras are only pointed to the default layer. So I can add this ball or add the golden layer to my shiny new camera. So now the shiny new camera is displaying the default layer and the golden layer. The first camera is only showing the default layer. So that's why you're seeing two gray balls and one gold. So now if I take the shiny new camera, hopefully if I'm explaining this well, you should know where I'm going here. So now this default layer on the shiny new camera, I don't want that. So now this is only showing the golden layer. So now I've got both cameras like on top of each other, both balls kind of on top of each other, but they're displaying exactly how I want because they're on different layers, and each camera is only showing the layer that I want. And now it doesn't matter where they are in relation to each other in like the tree on tree scenario. You see how it's like, in this center area, you can see it, the visibility like how it would be in reality. But in the camera with the girl, the gray is always on top, which is what we want, right? And one, this, and then this is where it gets maybe a little. Well, I'm gonna stop here, and then